Hello and welcome back. Thanks for tuning in to our content on our channel. We really appreciate it. In today's video, we're going to wrap up the part 3 and final part of the FlexBoss GridBOSS installation. In this video, we're also going to go through all the settings, the parameters, the different screen, and the app used, EG4's app, to set up, configure, and get the GridBOSS and the FlexBoss talking together. So we're going to take you through all the different settings that we've come across to make this work, and we're going to show you what you need to know when it comes to configuring the GridBOSS and the FlexBoss. So while you're at it, please smash that like button, subscribe to this channel, and share our content so that many other users can get to watch this great content. So without further ado, let's jump right into it, shall we? Here we have the monitoring screen when you first log into the EG4 web portal. As you can see the different statistics. As I scroll down, you can see the usage, the battery discharge, the battery charged, usage. You can see the graphs. You can see the panels with the sun coming in, charging, going through the FlexBoss into the GridBOSS, into the EPS load, which is the house 1 and 2, leg 1, leg 2, and you can see the voltage for PV 1 and 2. Here we have the data screen that when you click on it, you can see the different parameters, the different graph, the different charts when you're looking at your settings. Here we have the event history where you can see all the errors that occur on your system, so you can troubleshoot it and you can try and rectify what the error is and fix it. So we're going through the different errors here, as you can see. Here is the maintenance window that you're going to be clicking on to look at the different settings when you're configuring the common settings for the FlexBoss. So you can see I was just going through showing you the different parameters there, the lithium battery settings, and choosing the right one, and choosing the right brand. And as you scroll down, you can see the application settings, all the different parameters you'd have to set in the FlexBoss. You can see the grid connect settings there, 60 Hertz at 240 volts. And you can see the AC charge settings, different parameters to set for AC charging and discharging, and the reset section. So as I scroll back up, you can kind of get an idea of the settings and the parameters that you're going to need to set for the FlexBoss when you're configuring your system. So you can see the different buttons there for the application settings. So that's just a quick run through. As you can see the settings. Now one thing I want to mention is when you're setting up the GridBOSS, you have to go to the working mode settings button, then click read, and then when it comes down, you want to go to the advanced setting and make sure you click that enable right there for GridBOSS enable, because if you don't do it, it won't work. So that's something that you have to pay attention to as you're setting up your GridBOSS once you have it connected and working. So here I'm just scrolling down, showing the different parameters for grid settings, battery settings in the working mode screen for the GridBOSS. Here I'm just going through so you can see the different settings, the parameters for the GridBOSS. I just moved from the FlexBoss to the GridBOSS, and now I'm showing you where the smart port 1 is configured, because we set up an EV charger on that smart port to charge a Tesla. So we set it to where it will always charge from the grid and enable that smart port so it can handle that load. And you can see port 2, 3, and 4 if you want to configure it for shedding, like say a water heater. So now I'm going back to the FlexBoss and looking at the different parameters. As I click the read button, it populates with all the information. Now I'm going back to the monitor screen here, so you can see the flow of energy as it comes from the solar panels over, and as it supplies the house with the load. The GridBOSS is supplying the house with the load. So you can see the different voltages for PV1, PV2, and PV3 there. And then you can see the wattage coming in on each of the PVs, the different arrays. So right now it's pulling down 3,000 watts, I think, plus it's a cloudy day, I think. So it's not pulling in that much. Here showing the same monitoring screen. And you can see it's pulling from the grid about 15 watts, so it can pull as it needs from the grid. So I'm just kind of scrolling down here so you can see the different charts for the system as it reads the FlexBoss information here. So you can see the house is taking about 3,500 watts, about 3,000 coming in from the solar panels, and about 15 from the grid. So it pulls as it needs from the grid. It doesn't sell back. So this is just a screenshot of the monitoring page. When you first log in, this is what you're going to be seeing. As you can see, the batteries are at 96%. And everything is working great. Just another screenshot of the monitoring screen so you get familiar with looking at it. You can see the graphs once more, the usage, the battery, the solar production, the battery charge and discharge, and then the consumption. So as you can see, I can look at it by month, day, year, or month and year in total usage. So you can get a feel for how much production you're making, what you're using. So here you can see me going through the data section where I'm looking at the charts, the PV side, the energy usage, the AC usage. Now I'm looking at data history, local data, and of course the event history, where you can see the different errors of the system and you can troubleshoot that. Here is the configuration part where you can see the dongle. You can add and remove dongles. You can look at the devices, whether you're GridBOSS or your FlexBoss, and you can look at your users. So you can see the different settings for the configuration of the GridBOSS or FlexBoss. Here we're looking at the overview section, the maintenance, where you can go to the remote update, and you can see the two devices there. You can click on the standard update and then go through the process of updating the firmware on each of them. So now we're going back to the main screen so you can kind of see what it looks like. So I'm just kind of going over the same things a little bit so you can get familiar with the different settings, the different parts of the software to go in to configure the FlexBoss and the GridBOSS with the charge settings. So you can see your state of charge. Right now I think that one's set to 20%, so it pulls from the grid as it needs. So here is a picture again of the monitoring section as it pulls in the solar and pulls from the battery to send the load to the house. And there you can see the volts on the MPPT charge controllers, all three of them. MPPT 1 is 366, 2 is 347, MPPT 3 is 311. So you can see how it's pretty good chart, I would say. I like the flow of how it shows the flow of the energy going and coming into the system and being distributed from the GridBOSS into the house. and from the batteries. And here we have some screenshots of when solar was coming in, about 8,000 watts plus 8,200 watts. You can see the voltage count there, you can see the application settings, and that's what you kind of have to configure when you're setting up the FlexBoss. Here's another setting of it pulling from the grid, 15 kilowatts, and just some more screenshots of when it's pulling in, and that's it. Thanks again for tuning in. So please like, share, subscribe to this channel. Until next time, take care.